Hey everybody, Shoeshack Redemption here for the kickoff of season number 25, believe it or not. Coming off a 12th straight championship, getting the number one pick in '07, drafting Kevin Durant. So we'll see if we can keep the streak alive. We've got lots of draft picks coming up in this next class as well, which a lot of goodies. Derrick Rose, Russell Westbrook, Kevin Love. Who else? Roy Hibbert. Pretty good looking class, but hard to say who's going to make this team. I guess I can show my rotation here real quick. So we bring back the same starting lineup, except since Chris Bosh left in free agency because we couldn't go over the hard cap to match his offer. KG's going to be back in the starting lineup for the Pacers. Shaq got worse. Peyton got worse, so we are a worse team starting-wise. Wade and Kobe are still best on the team. We got Paul and Howard ready to take Shaq and GP's places at any point now. Well, technically they should already because they're better. Josh Smith, we got Durant and Roy playing limited minutes, but we are at least 10-man, and any of these guys could get some more minutes if there are any injuries. We got a huge amount of depth here. Aaron McKee's probably never going to play, but he's mentoring. So I think we will get ready to go. I did want to take a look to see the standings, or not standings, the records we've had. We were 79-3 last year, so we're on a great stretch. 70-plus wins in the last 5 years. Did we ever do that before? We did. We had 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, we had 10 in a row. After we drafted Ewing, things really turned around after '85. So we really have been 67 plus wins ever since '86. Wow. All right. So our lowest winning percentage has been almost 82%. But we were 96% last year, so we'll see how close to that we can get. My guess is we're going to be around the 70 mark again, but who knows? Who knows? Anything can happen on 2K. So we kick it off against the Bobcats, who have a good-looking team. Sonics still have Yao and Barrett and Davis. Let's go ahead and see how those go. We scored a lot of points on the Sonics. We beat the Bobcats by 20. Kobe got 25. Shaq double-double along with Garnett. I was hoping maybe since Garnett is worse, maybe that'll help Kobe and Wade do even more from a scoring standpoint. Not sure about Brandon Roy doing that in 14 minutes, but hey, why not? 3 for 11 from the line's not great. Durant's first game, 6 points, 4 boards, 2 assists, and a steal. Did not make a three-pointer and did not make half his shots. GP, not much there. But this team's pretty cool. Stoudemire fouled out in 16 minutes. Devin Harris also fouled out, so they had a rough time. This looks like it'll be fun. We got Davis at 22. Luke Ridnour also got 20. Yao didn't have a great game. And then on this side, Chris Paul leads the way off the bench. 10 for 12 shooting, perfect from 3 and free throws. D. Wade, Kobe, and Shaq all with over 20. Shaq again terrible from the line, but only missed 1 shot. Howard almost got a double-double. 4 blocks for Josh Smith in 15 minutes. Durant didn't shoot a 3 in that one. Keep on going. The Pistons and Warriors are historically good as well, although the Warriors have been getting worse. Garnett is hurt. So the nice thing is we've got plenty of depth. Probably going to start Josh Smith here. And then Randolph or Aldridge. We'll go with Randolph. And then if he doesn't do well, then the next time there's a chance we'll give it to Aldridge. Randolph's in the last year of his contract and possible trade bait, so I kind of want to prioritize Aldridge a little more, but here in the beginning we can go with Randolph. Nice thing is Smith shouldn't have to shoot all that much. So let's give Randolph some more minutes here. Try to even him out a little bit. 28-19 sounds decent enough. We could give Howard another one since he's amazing. I don't like playing Howard and Shaq together all that much, but it's hard not to play Howard because he's one of the best players on the team. So this is no, I think I already have a no KG. Yeah. Alright. Looks alright to me. Says Shaq should play less. He's probably, yeah, his stamina's down because he's 35. His overall's been going down, so he can't play too much. He'll probably end up getting hurt at some point. We barely beat the Pistons, but we did beat the Raptors by 53. They are 1-5 and looking quite terrible. But Nick Van Exel's turned it around after being not very utilized on the Mavericks. Looks like he's probably starting for the Raptors and might be their leading scorer. Chris Paul, for some reason, leads the team for the second straight game and missed only one shot again. Or missed two, I think, last game. We got a double-double for Wade. Kobe, nice. Shaq, under 50%. KG with a double-double. Howard 1 point away from one. Durant still hasn't made a three. He's 0 for 6. Here's a 3-point win, barely. The Pistons don't have a good record. Shaq, 22-9. Kobe not good from the field, so this is where KG got hurt in 9 minutes. GP missed all his shots. Durant still hasn't made a three, 0 for 7. I assume he's going to make one at some point, right? It's got to happen. We got Ilgauskas with 25. I don't see Jason Kidd here, so he must be hurt. And we still almost lost. It was a fourth quarter fallout. A 30-point win, so we give the Warriors their first loss big time. They're still good, but as we saw in progression, almost everybody went down because they're all getting older. They still got Vinsanity. They picked up Lamar Odom, who's shooting worse. They still have Weber, who was the best player in the league for a while, back up to 20 points. They still have Francis. He's up to 20 points. Pretty cool team, but terrible shooting in this game. Kobe 27. Oh my, Dwayne Wade 5 steals and 4 blocks. What a defensive game. Josh Smith had 5 blocks in his first start of the year, along with a double-double. Durant finally made a couple threes, so now he's shooting 20%. He just has 0 offensive rebounds. Again, 07 was the first class I did nothing to attributes or tendencies, so some of this is going to be nonsense, just so you know. Shaq had only 5 points on 2 for 8 shooting. Might want to rest him every now and then. Let's go ahead and get this done if I didn't do it already. Looks like I did those. That's fine. Let's do, seems like a little much there. And after the Spurs, we probably can do, well, there was a game there, wasn't there? Let's do that then. Alright, we got back-to-back against the Bucks, who have historically been really bad, but I don't remember if they made any changes. A couple big wins. KG is back. I'm actually going to go through this game without him, and then he can come back for the home game. Let Josh Smith get a little more experience there. Alright. to see how Randolph did. Get back to the normal lineup. I will go ahead and give Smith a couple minutes here to give KG a rest. And maybe give Howard that one. 30. Let's do that. So I had KG a little higher than I would have wanted, just based on he is now in his 30s. And overall is a little sad, but alright, we did beat the Bucks big on both. Beat the Grizzlies by 10. They're looking pretty good. I think their roster is one of the better ones in the league. Dwayne Wade was almost perfect. Zach Randolph's game here, 15 points in 19 minutes. Howard gets a double-double. 8 of 9 from the line, while Shaq is 1 for 9. GP 1 for 6. He's struggling. Jermaine O'Neal 32 and 11. They got Mo, who's continually getting better. Mashburn, J. Rich. Cool team. Stoudemire fouled out. Then in the second of the back-to-back, 20-point win over the Spurs. They have Arenas still. They picked up Turkoglu, who was the highlight for the Magic before they picked up Iverson. Not a terrible team. We had a lot of even scoring here. Double-double for Paul and Shaq. I feel like Gary Payton's getting a lot of turnovers. Bucks are 2 and 6. Yeah, they didn't get better. It's J.R. Smith. Going to average 20 points a game. Probably Monte Ellis. They drafted Stuckey with the 4th pick. Tyrus Thomas was last year's pick. Kyle Korver might actually get to play some. Oh yeah, he's still shooting awful, but at least he's playing. Wade and Kobe are at the top almost every time, except when Chris Paul goes out for 30 points. Hey, at least Peyton didn't have any turnovers. Try to even those out a little bit. And then in the home game here, 25-point win. We had a huge third quarter. Wade and now KG's come back. 21 points, 10 for 12. He did foul out. Durant with his best game of his career so far, 18 points. Shooting 52 and 41 from the field. Looks like he still doesn't have an offensive rebound. Is he like 25 at them? He's 39, so you'd think he'd at least like one would fall into him, but maybe not. Oh, I didn't look at them, did I? JR with 25 in that one. Stuckey was 6 for 17. We got our second game against the Bobcats already. See how that goes. Looks like a good week to me. We got 29 over the Sixers, who are only 5 and 8. They didn't do much to help Tony Parker. He's not averaging more, but shooting better. I don't know who would be scoring more on this team, really. Kobe with 22. Shaq double-double. Kevin Garnett was awful, 4 for 17. Kobe fouled out, so for some reason Garnett played more. We got a 9-9-9 game from Dwayne Wade. Howard with 4 blocks. Okay, and then 30 points over the 3 and 8 Heat. Wade again at the top. Garnett bounces back big time. 19-11, 4-4 and 3, misses 1 shot. Chris Paul double-double. Shaq almost gets 1. We got Durant down there going 0 for 5. Heat have Marcus Fizer averaging 21 points per game. I'm pretty sure McGrady would score 30 on this team, if that's the case. Gerald, not a great looking team. Wallace was pretty bad there. And then a 40-point win over the good Bobcats. Again, it's Ron Artest at the top for both games. Double-double Stoudemire. D. Wade goes off for 40. Misses only 6 shots. 4 for 6 from downtown. That's probably the most threes he's made in a game ever, I would imagine. Oh, I passed it. Yes, 4. I assume that's either Jay Williams or Jason Williams, not sure. 8 3-pointers made. LeBron James scored 65 in a game. I'd like to go look at that one, November 18th. And it's not even the game where he made 24 field goals. Oh, boy. Al Jefferson got 23 rebounds. Seems like if that's the same Jay Williams, he's been having a heck of a year. Patrick O'Bryant got 6 blocks. November 18th, let's go take a look at LeBron James's game there. Look at Dwayne Wade's stats. 63, 62 from downtown. He's not that good at them. He's 79. KG only 3 boards. Or sorry, Shaq had 3 boards. KG got 13. I don't know. Has Gary Payton scored more than like 6 points in a game yet? I feel like the answer is no. He's still happy. He still wants a contract extension, but I'm sure hoping he's retiring. This is 1 year beyond what he played in real life already. 06-07 was his last real season with the Heat. He's shooting terribly and has not made a 3 out of 8 attempts. So if he doesn't get better, I mean, his defense is still amazing, but Chris Paul is like just as good and better overall. Let's go, what'd I say, November? No, I don't remember. It's November 9th? No. What game? Okay, well now I'm just going to have to go look again. November 18th. Is that the day we just... Oh, it's right here. I was like, I don't think we're at the 18th, but we are. Clippers are 2-10. The Magic are 1-11. Alright, let's take a look here. 65, 11, and 3. 23 of 30. 16 free throws. 3 of 8 from downtown. He is averaging 37 points per game. We did make him back into a small forward here because they've got some bigger guys at least. Still not a lot of depth. Still no scorers. They've got several fake guys in the rotation, so it's gonna be crazy. He's averaging 38 per 36. That's up 9 points from his high last year. Oh boy. And they are 8-4 still, just with him doing that. All right. I assume the Kings are almost always bad. Mike Dunleavy in a second for Peyton, no thanks. Dwayne Wade is hurt. We'll let him miss at least 1 game. The question is, do we start Roy or do we start Kevin Durant? I think I'm going to start Roy just because it's going to be simpler. And he was also very, very good when he played last year. I guess I could look at the stats this year. Roy, yeah, 61%, 21 per 36. Yeah, he deserves a start. And that will put, it could put Rondo in the rotation. Or, well, that would probably be it. Or we go 9-man. Or actually Josh Smith. We'll see. We'll just give him to Rondo for now. Then we'll get in there and see what makes sense. Go ahead and switch these. And then what's going to happen is Kobe's going to play more shooting guard. And then we could either have, these are the 3 guys I'd want to play shooting guard. Peyton, Roy, and Bryant. Don't necessarily need Roy coming back in. We can do that and then have, Peyton should be able to handle 24 minutes, I hope. Then KD comes in, plays a big stretch here. Maybe give one more to Smith. We need... Actually, probably going to give more to Smith here. That's a lot, though. Well... Let's do this a little differently. We've got 32. Let's give him a little break there. Do that there. Small forward. Shooting guard. We could have Roy go out a little earlier so that either he comes back in. I guess that's the way we'll do it. And who do we want finishing the game? Probably Chris Paul, which means shooting guard here, point guard here. Do one more minute maybe there. Switch that up a little bit. So Chris Paul's getting all sorts of minutes. I like that. This needs to be Kobe. And this can be KD. It's a long stretch. The other option we have is to let Randolph play some power forward, and then Smith can play more small forward. So I'm going to do that. Although I probably would rather have KD in at the end of the half. Don't need Josh Smith taking shots at the buzzer. Let's do something like this. So KD and Smith are still at 17, or they're still tied, I mean. Randolph gets in the rotation. Took a couple minutes from Garnett. Roy's up to 31, which seems like a lot. But also take one there and give it to KD. That's what we'll go with. So this is my no Wade lineup. I don't even remember having one of those, but I assume I did. Yes, okay. I should have looked at what Randolph did. 58%. I think he's deserving. Alright, Chris Paul is getting big time minutes now. I don't mind it. I think we will just go ahead and put, because we didn't, we still have a practice here, so I will put Wade back in. And we'll take a couple minutes away from him. And I think I like still having Garnett out at least one more minute. Keep him from getting hurt. And we'll have Brandon Roy play another couple minutes here. There we go. While Wade gets back into shape, if that's a thing. And see if we can beat the Sonics. And we do. Alright, 26 over the Kings. They're 5-8. They got Paul Millsap, second year, looking pretty improved. Penny Hardaway at 69 overall, still managing to play 26 minutes a game because they don't have guards. They've got Livingston, they've got Orion Green and J.R. Bremer, who probably aren't any better, 68 and 68. They drafted Marc Gasol, who's having a nice start to his career. Kobe gets 26. KG, a big double-double. Dwight, 15. Shaq's down here with 5 points on 5 shots, but managed to get 8 offensive boards. 7 points might be a season high for Gary Payton. 28 over the 10-6 Celtics. They picked up Steven Jackson, one of the guys the Warriors lost. They also lost Michael Redd. I forget where he went, but I thought that would mean Peterson scores more. Picked up Stackhouse, who returned to Boston. He spent 4 years here. He's back up to 20 points per game for them. Kobe 28, Wade Howard with 20. This was the game Wade got hurt in. I feel like Shaq's field goal percentage is not good. We got 22 over the 10-6 Spurs, so Hito and company. KD at 17, so he gets some more minutes and makes the most out of it. Brandon Roy gets to start, gets 15, 3 and 6, made a couple threes. 4 blocks for KG. Gary Payton's down here, 1 for 5. Hito leads the way. Tim Thomas was 0 for 9. And then 20 over the Sonics. They're only 6 and 10. A little surprising. KG, 13 of 14. Wade returns, gets a double-double. Shaq is shooting. He is over 50%, but not near what he's been doing. He wants to extend his contract already. He still has another year after this, I think. Yeah. So we'll probably wait. Is in our best interest. Is he super tired yet? Yes, he is. We should probably rest him against some of the bad teams, is my bet. The only problem with that is he could do better against the bad teams. So his stats could get padded a little if he plays those games, but I don't know. Kobe fouled out randomly. Yao Ming got 34 points. He's averaging 24 and 10. I thought this team would be better. They picked up Darius Miles. Barron's averaging 20. Michael Finley's not very good anymore, though I don't think he ever really got that good on this. All right, we're about to finish out November, but we've got to do some practices. So this is, let's go ahead and do like a conditioning, get people whipped into shape here. Our fatigue is pretty high. So let's do like maybe we do a team bonding. Haven't done one of those in a while. And then something light here. Alright, and then this can be recovery day. Maybe we've got 2 games against the Celtics, who had a decent record, I think. So let's do study film and body work. And then we'll come in and do another. So now we go against LeBron. That's not fun. Suns. Try to do some light stuff. Then we come to the Knicks. Do something nice there. And then what's the 16th? That's the Warriors, and then we've got very few games here. Alright, let's finish out November and kick off December. Kevin Garnett is hurt again. So we will go back to what worked out well. See what Josh Smith's stats were as a starter. He did not shoot very well, but he was getting 3 blocks a game. How many games did he get to start? 4. So he wasn't amazing. He's definitely having his best stats of the season so far, but it's also the first season he's been a regular in the rotation. Won't be long before he's played as many games as he ever has. So we will just load, I think, the lineup that we had previously. Randolph's getting minutes. Joakim. Has Joakim accidentally played in a game? No. Or I guess randomly, not necessarily accidentally. Alright, Smith 28, Randolph 17. We got 24 for Dwight. I think I want to take another one from Shaq before he gets hurt again. Let's do it in the beginning. We'll let Randolph play. Dwight and Randolph in the middle sounds pretty bruising, having them in at the same time. Dwayne Wade is hurt. So the same two guys have now been hurt twice. That's interesting. So Brandon Roy only started, did he start one game or two games? It looks like one. Yeah, so we're going to give him another chance. We got Aldridge is probably in the rotation now to play the 10 Randolph minutes he was getting. And Aaron McKee is active now. 1 to 2 weeks for both of them. It's going to be better probably to load the Wade lineup and then switch this stuff. Smith starts. We'll see how this works. We can do that. And then KD is going to take a whole bunch of these. Aldridge can start here. Get the Texas guys in together. Something like that. And then similar here. Although, okay, so this has to be Smith. This also has to be Durant. Does Randolph take all of those? Perhaps. Probably do one more here for Smith. Alright, 19, 17, 12. So Randolph actually passes Durant here. I could do... that's probably fine. Let's do this. Get Durant up to 18, and actually we could do that here as well, or here. Let's just leave it. So this is, oh wait, I also took a minute away from Shaquille here. So no D-Wade or KG. Missing two starters. We're really testing things now. Still 10-man though. Everybody's 80 or better. Even when we're 12 deep. We got a 25-point win over the Sixers, who are 8 and 12. Kobe, Shaq, and Wade at the top. Chris Paul, big game. KD makes a couple threes. We got Tony Parker now averaging 16 and a half. 26 over the 10 and 8 Suns. Jamal Crawford averaging a career high. Duncan, not quite a career high, but the most he's had with the Suns in his 3 years. Also most rebounds, shooting 51%. They are not a very deep team either. So some of these teams, like the Blazers and the Suns, like they've got the star power, they just don't have the depth. they could get real people for the same price, the minimum, as their fake people, but for some reason they don't. Shaq got 4 blocks, only shot 4 for 11 though. So this was the game KG got re-hurt. Only played 8 minutes. I think he played 9 minutes in the last one he got hurt in. And then we barely beat the 5 and 14 Cavs. So D-Wade gets hurt in 29 minutes. KD leads the team with 16. It's been a while since we had our scoring leader at 16. Zach Randolph was 2 for 11. Oh boy. Shaq shot twice but got to the line a lot. Looks like we let go of things in the fourth quarter, lost it by 9. Chris Wilcox. So this is not a good team. Not just overall wise, but you look at their players. It's Gerald Green who's going to average 20 points again. Hopefully Danny Green. Oh, nope. He's averaging even less. He's shooting worse, playing less. Uh-oh. And Tyson Chandler is their best overall player, but definitely not a scorer. He's actually been going down in scoring. Let's go see what's happening around the league now. No staff moves. We did get a signing of Walter McCarty to the Timberwolves. Jason Williams tore his ACL, averaging 10 and 10 this year. His first in Minnesota. He only got to play 10 games. That's rough. Craig Smith tore his Achilles. Bino Udrih with a stress fracture. Korver tore his MCL. First awards, player awards, we got Allen Iverson with 3 Player of the Week awards. LeBron, same thing. Manu Jermaine Duncan. We got 1 Pacer in here with Dwayne Wade. Iverson and Duncan, Wade and LeBron, Players of the Month. Rookies, Horford and Conley, and Yi Jianlian and Conley. Interesting. We do have, I think, probably still Peyton and Shaq. And Randolph will resign. Wow, I did not expect that. I thought he would be not super happy about being an extra man on this team. I don't think we are going to re-sign him. It wouldn't be a terrible idea, because even if he's not a long-term plan on the team, let's see, KG's got 2 years. Josh Smith's about to be a restricted free agent, so he's going to want a lot of money that we could either match or we could not, and we could give it to Zach Randolph, or get Zach Randolph for less than half the amount. But we also still have Aldridge. Shaq wants $7 million, but he's going to want even less next year. GP needs to retire, and hopefully Kobe's going to extend at some point. Alright, let's take a look real quick at who needs to change minutes. Gary Payton is struggling big time. Brandon Roy's awesome. Kobe's only averaging 20 points. Not playing quite as much as he did, but I think it's because Wade's probably averaging more. Josh Smith's been great so far. Shaq's still barely shooting 50%. 13 points, 8 rebounds, still over a block. Chris Paul, 13 and 8. He's super happy. That's good to know. Dwight, 10 and 7. Not playing quite as much, but Shaq was hurt for most of the year last year, so Dwight started. We looked at Randolph already. Durant's off to an amazing start. He finally got a couple offensive rebounds. Aldridge hasn't played minutes yet. KG, look at that. And his return to his starting role, 15-11 per 36, block and a half. And then D-Wade. So he's actually about even with Kobe, but shooting amazing. 33 minutes per game. Still 1 to 2 weeks. So I think I saw enough to where GP does not deserve that extra minute. And I think we'll just go back to that. Well, this started with the 83, 84 era. So the Magic Bird era is where we started. But we are 25 seasons in, so technically it's now the Kobe era, I guess? Because there's not a LeBron era on the game, I don't think, right? You can start with Kobe in 02, 03, or even 5 years past that. So we've come a long way. First look at mock drafts here. Ooh, Pacers have the... Yeah, we're winning lots of games. We have the first 2 picks so far, Magic and Clippers we have. So point guard, if we need some point guards, this class is ready to give them to us. Brook Lopez was the other all-star I was forgetting about. I mean, I think Dragic was an all-star. Jordan was probably an all-star. This is a pretty good little class here. Yeah, well, last season we started out, I think it was 42-0 at the All-Star break, and then we simulated like 3 games after the All-Star break, and that was our first loss. So that's the closest we've come to undefeated so far. Although I guess we were 80-2 like 5 seasons ago, but I don't think we ever had a streak quite that long. So yeah, let's keep going. I'm with you. Oh, we get our first scouting here. I'll just go down the list because we have so many people we can scout. Dwayne Wade is back. We're going to let him... Oh, now he's back for real. I'm still going to simulate this game because we just annihilated the Celtics. Now we'll put Wade back in and load the no KG lineup. And then probably still give Wade a little bit of a rest here, since he's already been hurt twice now. And then Shaq has been struggling, so let's give that minute back. Alright. Roy falls back down, and that looks right. So now KG's probably going to come back, and I'm going to do that again. We'll just go to this game. He is back. We didn't get through that day, so let's go ahead and put him in. At least I can load the normal lineup now. I like that I've kept this file, or my normal lineup, called 83 Indiana, because that was the original file. Alright, 30 for KG. I don't know, that seems like a lot just because he's been getting hurt. I think Roy didn't get to actually play those minutes, so let's do that again. And this again. Alright, and probably KG. There we go. And then Josh Smith falls down. Alright, back to it. That says 161 to 149. I'm guessing that's going to be an overtime, but it's against LeBron and nobody's. KG is hurt for the 3rd time. He literally just came back for that game. Oh boy. Is Randolph still doing well? He's really not. 45% now. And Aldridge barely got to play. Well, I'm gonna stick with Randolph. Hope that he can keep things up, or get things back up, I guess. Alright, well, at least we get to reload the same lineups over and over again. But I want Howard, Randolph, and I'll let Roy play 1. 161 to 149. There's our first loss. We get to 22, and just like that, lost to the Suns. So 28 over the Celtics. Brandon Roy in his start, 28 points. He's got a future. I'm not sure if it's on the Pacers, but Kevin Durant did not make a field goal. Steven Jackson, 19. Then we win in Boston. Steven Jackson leads the way again, this time 23. Josh Smith leads the team with 28 points. Brandon Roy and Josh Smith, the two interim, the plug-in starters. Chris Paul, who's not a starter, nor is Dwight Howard, nor is Zach Randolph. So my normal bench players, plus even an extra in Randolph, are at the top because Kobe Bryant was 3 for 13. Shaq shot 5 times and no free throws. Wow. Okay then. And then this is randomness. This was... Alright, so 240 is a normal game. 240 total minutes. 265 is 1 overtime. 290 is 2 overtimes. And 315, like it says down there, that is a triple overtime game, which I've only seen maybe one other time. And we won by 12. So I don't know if they fouled everybody out or what, but Dwayne Wade got, I think, his first triple-double of his career in this game. He sure did. And Kobe Bryant got 40 points and ended up fouling out. Shaquille O'Neal's got to be super tired, playing 41 minutes. We got Chris Paul down here going 1 for 7. Gary Payton still only managed to get 4 points in a triple overtime game. Meanwhile, LeBron James gets a 53-point triple-double plus 5 steals. Shot a ridiculous percentage. They got David West down here fouling out. Is that Damon Jones scored 25 points. Shane Battier played 52 minutes. What was my high? 46? 52 minutes. That's because they've got a bunch of fake people playing. Wow. I'm pretty sure Mark Matson would foul out in 37 minutes. I'm not sure he ever played 37 minutes in his career. Then our loss. Our first loss. Second quarter was not great. Came back. Third quarter flip-flopped that. And then the fourth fell behind. It wasn't D. Wade's fault. Josh Smith, a great game. Shaq and Kobe were the ones to blame here. Combined 7 for 27. Kobe's had some bad games here recently. Don't know what's up with that. Kevin Durant didn't make a field goal yet again, 0 for 4, all from three-point land. Meanwhile, we got Jamal Crawford and Duncan getting 20. They had a couple people foul out. So at least we don't have to worry about, hey, when's the 82-0 going to happen? Because I think the answer is never. Alright, let's do... Next time we play the Suns, although I think we already played them, so we're done with them. We're not going to get revenge on them unless they make it to the finals, I think. I think I might rest Shaq against the Cavs because they're awful, although I barely beat them last time, if I recall correctly. Just do this light stuff because our guys are tired. Alright, the Magic are also awful. What's after that? We do have a Christmas game in Memphis. It does not say it's televised, but we'll see if that changes. I don't see a TV logo on any of these. Huh. I'm pretty sure this franchise would be on TV a whole lot. The Knicks are also awful. Yeah, I forgot you could look at it this way. See who's on their team. It's Joe Johnson and Kenyon Martin. I feel like Shaq could probably rest this game and we'd be fine. Not that he's doing like amazing anyway, he's not shooting 50% anymore. So we'll let Aldridge back in the rotation. But it suggests Shaq to play 14 minutes. I think he's like super, super exhausted. Yeah, he sure is. So as much as I don't want to do this screen even more than I have to, I also don't want Shaq to die. So there's that. Howard can actually play more than Shaq can. Do something like that. 17 for Aldridge, 20 for Randolph. I feel like Josh Smith can probably play more based on his performance. Go ahead and save that just in case it is needed later. Who knows how many times I'll rest Shaq, although it's also no KG, isn't it? Oh well. Alright. Just get through that game and then now Gary Payton's hurt. So we gotta go into the screen anyway. But Shaq's gonna come back in. Chris Paul plays. Rondo will be in the rotation. Switch Shaq and him. Shaq and Howard. Aldridge comes out. Whoops, that's not gonna work. Oh, did it auto? Whoops. Brandon Roy is not starting at center. And alright, so now it's the no KG lineup again, except now Paul and Rondo switch. Paul's gonna play more than GP does. I actually think I'd rather have Paul in more when Wade is out. If possible. $30. I think he can play more than that. $34 sounds better. And we'll still rest Shaq 1 here. Something like that. So this is no GP, no KG. Love all these combo lineups, or combo injury lineups. Gonna have so many of them, I'm gonna forget which ones I actually have for when they actually happen. They're both 2 to 4 weeks. Alright, we only beat the Knicks by 13. Joe Johnson gets 27 and 4 threes. He's averaging 22 as a career high. Kenyon, his biggest average in several years. But look at the rest of the team. Not sure what you'd expect. Wade at the top. Howard big double-double in his start. So this was the game Peyton got hurt, had 9 assists. Zach Randolph has been struggling. Aldridge was good, though. Chris Paul was 1 for 7. I'm glad we're starting him now. 9-point win, though. The Warriors are under 500 now. They were good last time we played them. Kobe Bryant got 39 points. So almost his second 40-point game of the season. KD with 12 points in 12 minutes made all 3 of his threes. 2 of 9, Josh Smith. Shaq didn't score. Comes back after resting a game and then like 4 days off. He misses his 2 shots, doesn't get to the free throw line, gets 4 boards. So that is officially the worst game of Shaq's career, stat-wise, other than maybe when he got hurt in a game. Oh well. Weber and Carter. Jamal McGlure had 1 point and 10 rebounds. Got 2 away games here. I was going to rest Shaq possibly against the Cavs too if he's still winded. He is not, so we will let him go. Plus, we don't have any back-to-back, so that's helpful. KG is back. That is also helpful. We'll see how long it takes for him to get hurt yet again. We'll go with this lineup, and then we'll switch these guys. We did that. And that. And that. And maybe that. I think it was that. Oh no, I had him at 34, didn't I? 33. Let's do... I feel like you could probably do 35 and be fine. And then we got to give KG a bit of a break here. It seems like maybe 32 is not doable for him. 30 should probably be the new amount. We'll do 29 for now. Got some more scouting to do here. Oh my. I think we just doubled them in scoring. We're gonna go through this game without GP, and we'll get our second loss by 29. Like, not even close. I don't know if that's how much Gary Payton matters, or it's just randomness. I think I know the answer to that. Alright, probably Peyton plays even less. We'll go with 22, I guess. And maybe I think this just becomes our new lineup, because Peyton's been struggling, and so has Shaq. And KG can't play that much, so. Alright, Rashard Lewis and Gortat for KG and Randolph. I appreciate the offer, but no thanks. So this is not quite twice as much. It's a 72 point win. Tried to double them, 7 and 20. Steve Blake leads the team with 18 points. He averages 7. D-Wade 26, Paul 24 and 12, so that was in one of his starts. Kobe 24 and 10, Howard big double-double, KG double-double, Shaq 12 and 7. Rondo had a nice game off the bench. And then we lose to the Pistons, who are barely 500. Jason Kidd played in this one. He's not getting as many rebounds, but his points and assists are up there. Ilgauskas' points came down a little bit from last time we saw him. They shot over 50%, did not shoot that many threes. 10 blocks and 8 steals, that's pretty good. Meanwhile, we shot under 50%. We're awful at threes and free throws, thanks to Shaq, 2 for 8. And nobody really went off scoring-wise. Kobe was not good from the field. Not good stuff there. Alright, well maybe we should... First of all, let's do that. We're getting ready to play the Pistons again, so let's do some film studying. And then a little light scrimmage to get ready for them. We also play the Cavs again. Hey, former Big Ultra, BSK. I don't currently. That's a good call. I've been hesitant to get like an Instagram or anything, but I may at some point. Maybe that'll be one of my to-dos, like with the launch of 2K24. I still gotta just decide what I'm gonna do with 2K24 when it comes out. If I'm gonna focus more on historic stuff or current stuff or what, but hey, I appreciate the thought. Okay, the Knicks are awful, so we can probably just do a body work here. Oh no, that's New Year's. So we have a New Year's Eve game. I don't know. It doesn't matter, I guess. They don't know. It's a game. They don't know the difference. But I like to think that the players would be mad if I did like some session New Year's Day morning. It's probably silly to think, but taking care of my players, guys. Got to take care of them. Oh, sure. Let's not do... We can do a light one. I think the Jazz are awful. And then we play the Blazers again, who we just went in triple overtime with. So let's do a little film study and a little scrimmage again to see if we can avoid that there. All right. Do I rest Shaq against the Magic because they're awful? Is he struggling again? Not really, but we could keep him from struggling maybe if we rest him. So let's get through this game, our Christmas game against the Grizz. Is that a first? Well, it's obviously at least the second game we scored under 100, but I don't know that we did other than that loss. So that's our first win scoring under 100. So the Grizz got a good defense. We're now going to get Shaq on the bench. We'll let Aldridge, how did he do when he played? Looks like good stuff. Let him play a game. Oops. And then we'll get Dwight starting. We got to figure out if we're re-signing Dwight too, because I think the answer has to be yes, because he's going to be the best center in the league. If he's not already, I think he might already be. Let him play a whole lot here when Shaq doesn't play. There we go. Do this game. Big win. Now undo everything I just did. Let's see if he's better now. Oh yeah, he is almost rested. As long as he doesn't get mad when I take him out. I would hope he wouldn't. Maybe he understands. Oh. Alright, thank you, Aldridge, for your one-game presence. And let's see if we can get our revenge on the Pistons. That was away, and this one's also away. I don't know. Well, we sure did. 33 points. So let's look at this low-scoring game against the Grizzlies, who are probably one of the top seeds in the West. Mo Williams gets 25. Willie Green and Raja were 0 for 11 combined. Kobe 22. Shaq, he's just, even when I've been resting him, what's happening? He didn't start out like that. The first 10, 15 games were not like that. 45 over the Magic is fun, though. Wade, 32. Paul, another double-double. Howard in his start didn't really do all that much more than he does as a backup. 14 and 9, only one block. GP fouled out in 18 minutes. The Magic, I think, only have 5 real people, so there's a reason they're terrible. And Allen Iverson's not on here, so their best player is hurt. Yee, DeMar, Odin, Flalo, and nobody else is real. Oh boy. Oh wait, I wanted to actually see what Odin's doing. Only 10 and 8, shooting 30%. Oh no, he's shooting threes. He shot 126 threes in 30 games. 2K, what are you doing? This is the reason I spent so much time up until this draft class doing tendencies, because they're so freaking random in 2K by default. I don't know what they do. Like, you could pay me very little money and I will just gladly work for 2K and fix your tendencies. Alright. Rant over 33-point win over the Pistons. Sharif. Where's Jason Kidd? Only 11 in this one. Zadrunas was 1 for 14, so whether it was Shaq or Dwight, they shut him down. Kobe was only 8 for 20, 1 for 7 from downtown. He's not shooting 50% for the first time of his career so far, but he's really close, so hopefully he can get it over the hump. He would like to extend his contract, so we should probably get that done here in a minute. KG, 3 blocks. Not too far off from a triple-double. Howard only played 20 minutes for some reason. I guess he's only at 22. Alright, let's go ahead and make our way into January here. Annihilated the Cavs. Thought about resting Shaq for that one. I forgot. We got George Hill. JaVale McGee. Oh, we've got fake people already. I guess that was it for the real people. Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. We lost to the Bulls. That is the Dirk Nowitzki, Paul Pierce team. Lost by 18. So 2 of our 3 losses have been huge. And to division rivals. So I don't know if that makes it harder on the game. Like you make division games closer. But 47 over the Cavs with nobody scoring over 20. Dwight, 6 for 7. Gerald Green, not quite averaging 20 now. Rangers at 10. And then 49 over the... I'm sorry, 59. No. Yeah, 59, right? 59 over the Knicks. Almost everybody in double digits. Kevin Durant, the lone guy with only 2 points. Shaq with his best game in a while, although his free throws have been just awful. it seems, all year. Gary Payton with a very rare game in double digits. Patrick O'Brien led their team in scoring. That's pretty random as well. Here's a loss. The Bulls are 23-11. I'm guessing they're the second seed. Wade and Kobe, the only guys in double digits, both with 29. Shaq had 1 rebound and shot 30%. Chris Paul only 1 for 6. We didn't shoot very many threes. Dirk is averaging only 19, actually. Pierce is up to 24, and he matched his average. He got 11 assists, but they combined 22 of 29 shooting, 7 of 8 from downtown, so that's hard to beat. They've got a great defender in Iggy. They've got Dang as their 6th man. They've got good defending centers with Bradley and Dampier. Point guard is kind of their missing piece. Fisher, I guess he is 78. They've got Farmar. Pretty good looking team there for Chicago. 16 over the Hornets. Adam Morrison and his mustache still shooting pretty terrible. Kyle Lowry's up to a 75 overall, shooting terrible as well. Hey, Kobe. Hello. 42 points, 4 of 4 from downtown. We got 17 assists for Chris Paul. That's probably a career high. Sure is. Steven Jackson got 8 steals. Adrunas got 7 blocks. Those 52 minutes by Battier were against the Pacers in that triple overtime game. Manu got 9 threes. And LeBron's still at the top with his 65-point outing. Chris Paul is ready to be the man with the ball in his hands over this guy. Hey, he's shooting better, 46%. His threes are still bad, but they shouldn't have been that good last year, so he doesn't shoot that many. He's still not retiring. Can you please retire? I want you to be a Pacer your entire career, but, you're about to be 40. KG was only 1 for 8. And now that we're through December, we can take a look at how things are going around the league. No firings, no signings, no trades. Okay, injuries. Still Williams, the only guy out for season. Although I thought Smith said out for season before. Antonio McDyess has some tendonitis going on. He's playing the fewest minutes of his career. First look at the award races. LeBron James, 38 points per game. Oh boy. Carmelo, 25. AI, 35. We saw the makeup of their team. He's one of 5 real people on that team. Kobe is over 50% now. They're pretty much splitting the scoring lead, about 22 points per game. Rookie of the Year, Yi Jianlian scoring 14 points per game. Conley was the 5th pick, and the Clippers are pretty terrible, so he is the main event there. I think Anton Jameson was their best player. Well, probably still is their best player, but Horford and Marcus Souls at 15, 6th man. Chris Paul's 2nd here. Lou Williams averaging 20 points per game. That's pretty cool. I hope he wins. Sean Marion, I guess he has averaged 14 before. Jefferson, Mo Williams leading the way. Defensive player, Battier is amazing. Ben Wallace, his first year on the Wizards, he's only shooting 40%. Tim Duncan is hurt. We got Pau Gasol here with LeBron. Most improved, Rudy Gay shooting up 4 points per game, playing a couple more minutes. Chris Bosh here, who left the Pacers for the Hawks, having a nice year there. Bargnani's up to almost 20 points per game. And our season awards, KG randomly got one. That is not who I expected to see. I don't remember him having an amazing week, but okay. Stoudemire, Iverson's just been dominating. LeBron got a few more. Mo Williams. Iverson and LeBron. I feel like we're going to see that a lot. Stuckey and Gasol are the rookies. And our first look at the All-Star voting. Nash and Arenas, although it's really close for the second guard spot. Could be Carter or Manu as well. And honestly, Billups is close, so if any one of these guys gets an injury, they'll take them out of the running probably. It was the Rockets that got Michael Redd. His scoring has dramatically dropped. He's playing a lot less because he was by far the best player on the Celtics when he was there. That's why he was averaging so many points. And in the front court, Braun, Melo, and Duncan. Looks like they probably will hold on, although Duncan's injury could give a chance to Yao to sneak in. In the East, AI and Wade. Chris Paul is going to make his first All-Star team, it appears. We'll see if that's true. T-Max up to 25 points, so he was at 20 when we looked before, but that was pretty early in the year. Ray Allen's also only averaging 20. I guess that's up from last year, actually. Barely more than Jameer, his teammate. And front court, Kobe leading the way over Pierce and Nowitzki. So of the Bulls who just beat us, Pistons got a couple. Shaq still made it with his 12.7 rebounds. I think he's making it just based on his name and accolades, which in real life might earn him an actual starting job, but hey, whatever. Alright, we need to probably re-sign Kobe Bryant. We are... KG will too. KG, we're going to wait. He's injured a lot. His stamina, I think, keeps going down. I like having him on the team, but he's making 6.5 right now, and it says he wants 10. Or 9. I think we'll wait to see what he wants next year. Randolph, I don't know. GP, again, we're hoping retires. Shaq, I think, will go down more, so we can probably sign him for less next year as well. And the one person I should probably go ahead and lock up is this guy named Kobe Bryant. He's making 13.8 next year, but we could give him maybe a couple more years. 2 is actually what he wants the most. So let's try something like that. I think he will like that. No trade clause also helps. I'm pretty sure we're not going to trade Kobe Bryant. So let's do 15 and then 15.75 and make him a happy camper so that he's on the team till he's at least 32, and then we'll hope that he re-signs again. And we'll delay the decisions on... Really, Randolph's the only guy I'm delaying a decision. GP, I'm just counting on at some point he'll retire. Like maybe once he turns 40, because I think he'll turn 40 during the season. I'm not sure, but... Alright, let's take a look here. Mock draft. So we have the Clippers pick, Magic pick. We don't have the Jazz pick. The Bulls actually have that. Not sure what trade that was where that happened, but good call. So the Bulls, who have Dirk and Pierce, could be adding one of these studs if the Jazz continue to be terrible. That's kind of cool. A little scary since it's a division rival, but cool. We are 6.5 games up on the Nets, so the Bulls are not second. They would be third, but the Bobcats are the division leader. The Magic and Knicks at the bottom. In the West, the Rockets are the second best team in the league. 5 games up on the Nuggets. LeBron's pushing the Blazers into another playoff berth. The Jazz and Clippers are actually tied with the Magic for the worst record. Alright, we got a few more weeks here until the break. I think I already did training for this week, so let's go ahead, beat the Rockets, beat the Bucks, Probably should have rested Shaq for the Jazz, and we beat the Blazers. All right. 17 over the now 30-10 Rockets, so that's a good test against the best team in the West. Carmelo still got his 29. Oh, that makes sense. Why Red's scoring so much less. He's on a team with Carmelo, not to mention Caron Butler as their imagined sixth man. Yeah. They're missing a center. I think they need somebody a little better than Channing Frye, probably. Kobe a double-double. Might be his first of the year. Howard with a big one as well. Wade got one. Only 3 for 14 shooting, though. Pretty awful. 36 now over the Bucks. Monta Ellis with 14. About what he averages. Somebody was 4 for 18. Stuckey 2 for 11. JR. Stuckey's been awful every game we've played him. And he's still shooting over 40%, though. Kobe with 34 in this one, so he is solidifying his starting role for the East All-Stars. Shaq 19, 12, and 3, one of his better games of the season. We shot a really, really good percentage here. It was almost 60%. 34 over the Jazz. Yeah, probably should have rested some people against this team. Bogut shooting 57% this year. I thought they drafted somebody, but it looks like maybe not. Drew Gooden continues to be their leading scorer, probably. Oh, just kidding. It's Mike James still. Now it's Wade's turn to lead the team. We shot lots of free throws, although not great at them. Okay. And then 25 over LeBron. So this one definitely not triple overtime. He's still got 47, which I think is more than what he got in the triple overtime game. He was the only one to shoot better than 50%. Well, just kidding. There's Joshua Fake Man Reynolds down here. Going 1 for 1. Battier's not even averaging 10 points. West probably needs to be averaging more on this team. Damon Jones, I got Kentel Woods shooting 40%. Mark Madsen, probably, yeah, awful, 34. I think he's their starting center. He sure is. And he started most of the games for the Bucks last year. So some of these same guys, you notice, like minimum players, find teams that are terrible and they become starters. And it's crazy. I guess that kind of happens in real life, maybe, but we had 20 turnovers in this game. LeBron had 3 steals. Only 10 of them were steals. So that means, I guess, throwing it out of bounds or offensive fouls. Not sure. 4 steals for Paul. Alright, I did not do training here. Do a little bit of that. And then after the Nets... Oh wait, it's after the Mavericks that is the All-Star stuff. Alright. Alright, let's do something in the morning, why not? Then we'll give some days off for people to recover here during the All-Star break. And then before the Lakers, we'll do a little bit of conditioning. Hey gamer, how's it going? I guess we'll go through these 2 games and then get to the trade deadline and see if there's anything we want to do. Pretty sure I scouted all the real people already. Whoops, missed out on JaVale. Chris Paul is going to be out for 4 to 6 weeks, so here he was lined up to play in his first All-Star game probably. And he is injured, which means Rondo gets to play, which I'm not mad about. We will let GP play probably 24 minutes. We could also let... Did I make Dwayne Wade able to play small forward or point guard? He is a point guard, so we can also let Dwayne Wade play some point guard. Let's do that. And let Brandon Roy play. That sounds like fun. We can get him up to 24 probably. Let's do there. And here. And then probably here. Not quite trusting Rondo with the big minutes yet. So we'll go ahead and save that lineup because it's a little unusual for no CP. Brandon Roy moves up a spot. Rondo, who has been terrible but only played a couple games. Okay, it's 5. So we're going to hope he does better than that. We just annihilated the Clippers. So there's 24 over the Nuggets, who are one of the better teams in the West. I think they were the 2nd seed. Who picked up Steve Nash, who's averaging a career-high 18 points, 9.5 assists, playing a career-high 32.5 minutes. I assume they're starting him with Marbury, which is kind of cool. Marbury's not started every game. So for the first time in his career, he's missed starts. I wonder how he feels about that. He doesn't look super happy. He's scoring the fewest points of his career. He's kind of been all over the place. But with the Rockets, there was nobody else on that team, I recall. But down to 14 points per game. They also have Rashard Lewis, though, who's averaging 19. LaFrentz can shoot a lot, although he's not playing a lot, it looks like. They also have Glenn Robinson, who went 2 for 10, only averaging 12. All right, Wade, 28. Howard, 19 and 12. Paul, double-double. Garnett was 6 for 16. Shaq's free throws are just horrendous. And then this looks like fun to look at. Is that Jeff Green? Sure is. 16 points per game in his rookie year. We got Conley. I forgot they got Grant Hill back. A 2-time pacer. 2 different stints. Getting to play a little more with the Clippers yet again. Oh, Dwayne Wade. 1 rebound away from his 2nd triple-double. Shaq with a huge game compared to what he's been doing. 1 for 7 Paul, 0 for 7 Peyton. Got a season-high 13 assists, though, I think, and this was the game Paul got hurt in. All right, trade deadline-wise, my options are, let's just go by position here. Well, Peyton hopefully will retire. I'll just keep saying that, and hopefully I'll speak it into existence. We like Rondo as a future backup for Paul, so we're good at point guard. Roy's locked up still because this is only his 2nd year. McKee is just a veteran helping out with mentoring. Good there. Don't want to even think about that. The only 2 that we're considering, I would say, are Josh Smith and Zach Randolph. Smith, because he's about to want a lot of money as a restricted free agent, but he's been amazing, and he's only 22. And He's an A- potential, meaning he might even go up more. Randolph, on the other hand, is 26 years old, surely done going up, I would think. Not doing so well in his playing time so far in 14 games. So we might be able to get something for him. And it frees up more playing time for Aldridge. Howard, we're probably going to have to match whatever comes his way because he's just too good to let go. Chris Bosh was kind of painful to let go last year, but Howard's even better. He's tied with Wade and Kobe as best players on the team and one of the best in the league. So I'm going to click Randolph here and see what pops up. If I can get a veteran player with maybe a 2-year deal, that might be what I'm looking for here. How funny would that be? Bring back Grant Hill. I didn't really want to lose him last year. I don't know that I'm going to find anybody better. I'm sure this has never happened in league history. He played his first 7 years with the Pacers, left for the Clippers for 3 years, then to the Mavericks, then I traded for him. He played the next 2 years, then went back to the Clippers, and we could get him back on the Pacers here as a team leader. So far, it's hard to pass on that. Carlos Boozer, same age as Randolph, makes less money, a little worse, but we'd get a first-round pick. He started with the Pacers as well. We traded him because he wasn't playing. He's not having a great year. That's not terrible. It could be a power forward or a small forward because Josh Smith could go whichever position. Or we just give him to the team we got him from, back to LeBron's land. So LeBron doesn't have to average 38 points per game. We get 2 firsts. I don't like that idea. I like to see LeBron average 38 points per game. Steve Francis, we definitely don't need a point guard. Pfizer, no thanks. No, thank you, Adam Morrison. That's like a Rookie of the Year candidate. Yee, First, and Diop. Sean Marion, he's been on the Pacers before as well. Spent his rookie contract in Indy. I don't hate it. It's a second-round pick. And then Eton Thomas. So Grant Hill in a second. I am curious if one of these firsts from a good team like the Bulls or the Nuggets. Let's try the Bulls pick with Randolph. Emeka Okafor shows up. But he is in the same situation as Smith and Howard in that he's about to be a restricted free agent. So no thanks, because we would not be able to match him. Samaki Walker, no. So the Clippers aren't even on here now. No Grant Hill. Boozer and a first. Is that what it was before? I think it was just protected first, right? Jefferson is on a 3-year deal. That's not bad. Not bad at all. And I get a first in the future that could be much better than the one I'm trading. The Suns are one of the teams that beat me. I'd rather not make them better. David West is on a 2-year deal. So I'd get 2 worse, a year older. I'd be giving them back the power forward they had 2 years ago. I don't hate that. And the other option, who did I say? The Nuggets or the Pistons? We'll go with the Nuggets. Okafor in a second. Ben Wallace could come back to the team. That'd be interesting. He made it over 40% now. Ben Wallace back to mentor some guys. It's funny that I'm mostly just looking at players I already had because we've had so many of the good players because we've had so many draft picks. West again. It's the same people probably because of the money, but there's nobody else on the team I really want to trade. And wait, were those picks the same? They're both a star and a half, so it's not going to be any different. So this has given me the worst of these two, which will be the Bulls, so I'm mostly just giving them the Nuggets pick. Randolph and the Nuggets, which is a worthless pick probably for Ben Wallace. Or, whoops. Let's just go click Grant Hill and see. No Gary Payton. Randolph and I don't know whose first that is. The Celtics for the Clippers. I don't mind that. I don't think the Celtics are very good, but I mean, if I can get another first out of it, you know I like draft picks. It has to be that. But I'd rather trade this year's Bulls pick. Is there any chance this is a trade? Wow. Okay. Well, did that. Grant Hill's back on the team. We're going to make him, I think he's been 15. Go back to that. Alrighty. We hurt our chemistry a little bit. That's alright. Where is Grant Hill? So 2-year deal. 35. I mean, he's still 80 overall, and he's still got some badges, which before I forget, I'm going to go ahead and do the mentor and find somebody for Grant Hill to help. Zach Randolph was mentoring somebody, it said. I think I could have Hill probably help Josh Smith, although not very well. Garnett's probably too old, yeah. Brandon Roy doesn't have a mentor. Let's do Brandon Roy if he can. Yeah, let's do that. Sure, blinders. Be a clutch shooter. And sure. Alright, welcome to the team again for the third time, Mr. Hill. We've got, well, let's not make him active here for this first game. Actually, he might not even play until the All-Star break, but we'll see. Get back to that lineup. Alright. The Nets are very good, so this is going to be a bit of a test. The Mavericks are decent, and the Rockets are one of the best. So we've got 4 pretty challenging games here to end out the first half of the year. We will not stop and make any more offers. Kobe Bryant is hurt, thankfully day to day. I think Kevin Durant's about to start some games. Kevin Durant's getting his first taste of the starting lineup. And we'll let Hill be active, but probably not going to play him. He's still got a little battery symbol next to him, so. We might be going 9-man for this one. Let's see how much these guys can play. Might be risking a loss here heading into the All-Star break. Missing Kobe and Chris Paul. Alright, well, Durant doesn't need to play quite that crazy. We're going to go... Oh, we'll go... Smith will play the small forward minutes. And then Aldridge is in. We'll go 10-man. It's still fine. There we go. Guess I forgot one here. Let KG go up. Change that a little bit. So mostly backup. It's all the backups in here, if you count Durant. I don't like that all that much. But I also need breaks for the older guys. So we'll just trust that we're up by enough by the middle of the fourth that that's not going to matter. I kind of like Durant at 34. That's fun to see how he'll do. So this is no... Oh, it's another one of those combos. No Kobe and Chris Paul. We got Aldridge back in the rotation. Alright. Well, we got through the Nets game. So it's a 12-point win at home. Wade and Howard with 20. Shaq was 4 for 14. Really just screwing his field goal percentage for sure. Hopefully he has a better second half to the year. We'll probably look to rest him more often. Ray Allen with 22. Elton Brand's averaging a double-double. Jason Terry dropped off a little bit scoring-wise. And then on the road, win by 19 thanks to a big fourth quarter. Jameer doing about the same he did last year, shooting a little better, getting a little more assists. About to be owed a lot of money, probably, after his rookie deal. KG steps it up in the absence of Kobe. Durant's first start, 18 points. I'm sure a career-high 9 assists, probably a career-high 4 threes. Sure is, 4 threes, 18 points, 9 assists. So all these happening in one game for Mr. Durant, who is finally getting the chance in the starting lineup. I say finally, but he's played half a year, but it's Kevin Durant, so kind of is finally. Let's see here if Kobe comes back. He is, and we've got a practice left, so we will let him jump on in and probably just take a few minutes away from him. Let KD get a little more active here. 33 sounds pretty good. Alright, Grant Hill not going to be in the lineup until one of these other wings gets hurt, probably. Big win over the Rockets, and we beat the Mavs. So 43 over the best team in the West. Wade and Kobe, nice games. Shaq as well. KG double-double. That was a beautiful game. We shot really well from the field, 63%. How's JJ doing in year number 2? Not too much different than he did in his rookie season. Beat the Mavs by 15. They're right at 500. Shaq 3 for 10. Barely shooting 50% at the All-Star break. Even though I have him at 26 to 27 minutes only, he's averaging 27 and a half. And super exhausted. So we're going to hope that these days off during the All-Star break help him get back to rested. Mike Bibby, not he's down 10% shooting. I don't know what's happening there. Powell 16 and 10. He's been pretty consistent for the Mavericks. Let's go see who. Well, let's see transactions. We did have other trades. Kurt Thomas for Leon Powell. Desmond Mason to the Hawks for Tony Allen. Tony Allen is who I traded to the Hawks in the offseason. And I thought they were looking pretty good because they drafted Horford and they signed Chris Bosh. So maybe they just wanted a small forward more. And then there's our trade there for Hill. I forgot. I think this is the first year of social media. I think it was the off-season. One of the off-season changes was, hey, social media exists now. So, yay. All right. No huge injuries I see. Or no new ones, I mean. Wade's up to second in the MVP voting. LeBron's still averaging 38 a game. Iverson's gone from his 35 down to 33. Kobe remains slightly in front of him, it looks like. Conley's probably going to win that one pretty easily, it looks like. Chris Paul's not playing. That's not helping his case for sixth man, but also not sure he's going to be able to beat out Mo Williams, who I believe won it last year, didn't he? He sure did, and I think Paul was just trailing him then. Defensive player, Battier, probably going to win it. Powell's in there. Most improved, still got Rudy Gay. We got Al Jefferson averaging 20 points per game. 14 rebounds as well, playing 37 minutes. So I don't know if that's more telling of who else is on the Hornets team or what. Because I guess he is 85 overall now. Wow. We got back-to-back players of the week here with Kobe and Wade. Hito got it in the West. None of those are new. All right, let's take a look at who won some All-Star berths. Wade and Kobe get to start. That is a great starting lineup with AI, Pierce, and Dirk. Chris Paul makes it, but he will not play in it. And I assume they'll sub in a point guard for him because they don't have one otherwise down here. Bosh gets his first All-Star game after leaving the Pacers. Congrats to him. And for the West, Steve Nash. That's cool. His first All-Star game as well. His second year away from the Pacers. Played with LeBron last year. Probably was close to making it. He gets to start with LeBron here. Yao Ming, Harrington makes it. Wow, 21-11. So he's on the same team as Al Jefferson, and Jefferson did not make it. Dunk contest. The Pacers have two contestants, Dwight and Josh Smith, and then JR and Gerald Green. So that looks like a pretty exciting dunk contest, if I do say so myself. All 21 to 22 years old. 3-point contest, no Pacers, but we got two guys shooting 50%, and one is Paul Pierce. What are you doing? He's 95 at them, so I guess so. But Steve Nash is also shooting 50%, and he's 99 at them. Oh my. Alright, in the Rising Stars game, we gotta sub out this fake guy, Herbert Davidson. See who's deserving. Probably Clint Azubuike, it looks like. He has the most minutes and most points and most rebounds, second most assists, Yeah, we're going to go ahead and click Clint Azabuki in here. Brandon Roy in the Rising Stars game, playing the same amount of minutes, shooting way better. He's got to start his first 3 games. Oh, yeah. Beautiful. We got KD in here, per 36, averaging 21. His free throws need to improve, but otherwise, good stuff. Got to start that 1 game. At least everybody over here is real. Cool stuff. I can take a guess as to who will be subbed in for Paul. I'm guessing it will be Jameer Nelson. Jameer Nelson is my guess. Let's go ahead and sim each one of these. 4-point game here. This is the winning team. There's a shootout in the 4th quarter. It looks like Rudy Gay is probably your MVP. And the Pacers players are on the losing team, although they balled out. Brandon Roy and Kevin Durant combined for 52. Shot well, made 5 threes combined. Good stuff. And Ginobili wins the 3-point contest, and even though we had half the contestants or half the field, Gerald Green wins the slam dunk contest. And the East win by 9. LeBron still had a really good stat line. Nash in his first All-Star game, not great, but got 6 assists. And MVP, probably Dwayne Wade with 25 points, made 10 of his 19. I was correct that Jameer Nelson ended up getting subbed in. So it still says All-Star for him, probably, yep. So I guess there's probably 13 players that show All-Star, which is how it should be. Chris Bosh had a nice All-Star debut. Kobe 11, 7, and 8. Nice. This is the first All-Star game Shaquille O'Neal has missed since his rookie season. So sad. Alright, quick look at the mock draft. Pacers now have the top 2 potentially. And as well as 6 others in the lottery. But the Bulls, Knicks, and Warriors fighting for it. So the Warriors have become a terrible team somehow. Go ahead and look at that. We're 12.5 games up on the Bulls, so pulling away in the East. The Knicks and Magic at the bottom. Rockets are 4.5 up on the Nuggets. Yeah, something bad has happened to the Warriors. You look at this lineup, it's still pretty good looking. They lost Ben Wallace and they lost Steven Jackson, and those were their key defenders. They did pick up Theo, who's a pretty good defender. I guess kind of a poor man's Ben Wallace. McGlure is usually their starter, I think. And the Clippers are awful. That's where I traded Randolph, so, I mean, I would think they'd be better now. Because they get to start Jeff Green, Jamison Randolph. That's not a bad starting lineup. I mean, Vashon's only 69 overall, so that's not a good shooting guard. But this is, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. Jazz have been bad for a long time. Look at the Magic here. Yeah, there's their 5 real people and nobody else. Knicks. I could probably find worse teams that have better records. So overall, we're 9 games up on the Rockets. Quick look, we can see the league leaders here. See the ridiculousness of LeBron 5 points ahead of Iverson, who's 8 points ahead of third place Vince Carter. The first Pacer is in 10th, Wade. Kobe is in 12th. Gerald Green's in the top 20. Garnett is right ahead of who he replaced, Chris Bosh. Al Jefferson way ahead in the rebound lead. Nobody's averaging 10 assists. So Jason Kidd's missed too many games is what that means, because he's probably averaging 11 or 12 like he usually does. But Steve Nash leading the league in assists. Chris Paul is fourth. I did not expect that. That's kind of cool. Imagine Peyton's, he's top 20 at least, right in front of Dwayne Wade. Hey, Gary Payton's finally retiring. Yay! After 18 years with the Indiana Pacers, Gary Payton's calling it a career. One of the best of all time. Dwayne Wade doing about what he did last year, just shooting threes a little bit worse and playing a little bit more. Steals, Chris Paul's 13th, Wade's 19th. Iverson annihilating the field here. Blocks, Powell, and Ben running away. Shane Battier is a shooting guard, is in fourth. Bynum, the first pacer is probably Shaq. Nope, KG 1.5. Josh Smith 1.5. Shaq's like 1.3. Yeah, 1.3. And turnovers. Allen Iverson. Baron Davis fouls a lot. Dwight Howard shoots 61%, right ahead of LeBron. Wade is almost 60%. LeBron shoots 25 times a game, so does Iverson. Mike James is in the top 10. Three-point percentage, Eddie Jones. 76 overall, shooting 50% from downtown. Pierce and Nash, we saw in the three-point contest. Mike James shooting the most threes in the league, and not even 30%. Barbosa's up here. Kobe Bryant shooting 97% from the free throw line. He's 94 at them. Peja, Nash, Alonzo Mourning, what are you doing? Well, he is an amazing free throw shooter now. I'm not sure what happened, but he's 86 at them, so cool. I guess he's really been working on it. Yao Ming gets the line a whole lot. The Hornets have 2 of the top 4, and Shaq even is still 6th at this. Per 36, he is getting just as many as last year, but it is the fewest since his rookie year. And shots are way down. And his free throw percentage is back under 50% again, so wonderful. And Iverson gets scored on the most, but he also plays probably the most. So, all right, that's where we'll stop. 42-3, which if translated looks like about 76 wins. So we're on our way probably to a 75-ish win season. We'll see how it goes. We've had Garnett and Wade kind of take turns with injuries. Paul's hurt right now. Peyton's been hurt. Shaq gets tired all the time. So weird things can happen, but we'll pick it back up next time. As always, thanks for tuning in. Till then, Shoe Shack Redemption is out.